After the reforms which happened in India in the 90s, Indian companies were able to raise finance internationally. Okay, now international finance would be required when an Indian company wants to establish or expand in a foreign market. Now let's see what are the sources of finance which are available to these Indian companies in the international finance market. Okay, now as I already told you, the economic reforms opened up the economy, and hence the Indian companies had access to funds in the global capital market. Okay, now what are the international sources of funds? The first being commercial banks. There are many commercial banks which will give you foreign currency loan. Okay, now in India, Standard Chartered Bank of has emerged as a major source of foreign currency loans to these Indian companies, that is the Indian industry. The next is your international agencies and development banks. Now these agencies and banks ensure that the backward region of the world is getting developed. Okay, so the developed countries help in setting up these banks or agencies, and then they ensure that the backward region of the world has access to resources so that even they can develop themselves. So as I just said, these are international agencies and development banks who provide long-term and medium-term loans or grants to promote the development of economically backward areas. Now, they are set up by governments of developed economies, okay, at the national, regional and international levels for funding various projects. Okay, the examples being Exim Bank, which you have heard about, Asian Development Bank, also known as ADB, International Finance Corporation, that is IFC. Okay, now let's see the other sources of finance for raising funds at international level. See, international capital market is also a source of finance, as I told you at the start of the video. Now MNCs would depend on sizable borrowings in rupees as well as foreign currencies. Now the financial instruments which are available to them is first your gross deposit receipts, also known as GDR. Now what are GDR? Let's understand that. See, these are local currency shares of a company which are deposited to the depository bank. So the company would deliver these shares to the depository bank. Now after getting the shares of the company, these depository banks would issue depository receipts against the shares. So whatever shares you are depositing, against that the receipts would be issued by the bank. Then such receipts are denominated in US dollar. Okay, now you are putting your shares or you are depositing the shares which are valued in Indian currency, but you are getting GDR which is valued in USD. Okay, that, and they are known as Global Depository Receipt. See, these are negotiable instruments, they are freely tradable, there is no voting rights to holder, so there is no control given to the holders of GDR. Infosys, Reliance, Wipro, ICICI, these are the companies who have raised money through issue of GDRs. Now a variant of GDR is ADR. Let's understand that. See, these are known as American Depository Receipts. These are issued by a company in US. So in the earlier slide we saw GDR which was issued by a depository bank. Now here it is a company which is issuing the ADR. Now they are bought and sold in American markets. Now remember, ADRs are very similar to GDR except for one thing, that it can be issued only to American citizens, whereas global, remember GDR is Global Depository Receipts, so they are available to global citizens, that is they are available to anybody in the world. Now these ADRs can be listed and traded on a stock exchange of US. The next is your foreign currency convertible bonds. Now what are these? See, these are equity linked debt securities which you can convert at a later date into securities, that is equity, or otherwise you can convert them into depository receipts after a specified period. So it would be 5, 10, 15 years, but after that these FCCBS can be converted into depository receipts or equity. Now, they are issued in a foreign currency and they carry a fixed interest rate. Remember, this interest rate is very low when compared to any similar non-convertible debt instrument. Now, they are listed and traded on foreign stock exchanges on a very free basis. Okay, so you can freely go and trade these FCCBs on the foreign stock exchanges. They are very similar to convertible debentures which are issued in India.